over the next few weeks, I don't think I'm going to have a job. So I wanted to spend the next couple of minutes talking about that. I've been all over the place for the last few weeks and months trying to sort something out. And part of the video today is going to be having a rant about how hard it is to get a job in, I guess, 2026. I am experiencing a great amount of difficulty trying to get work. But yeah, I don't want to get too ahead of myself in this video. I'm going to try and keep some kind of order to it. I've not got any notes or anything, so when I edit this back later on, I'm more than likely going to have missed something, or I'm more than likely going to be editing it going, oh my God, I should have said that, or I should put this in. I don't really know. I want it to be as raw as possible. And yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of a rant, have a bit of a moan, and then I'll give you a bit of an update as to what's going to happen with the channel, because believe it or not, although I don't know where money is coming from over the next couple of weeks, I'm still planning on going to a few places and doing a couple of videos into hopefully July, but we shall see. Anyway, just before I start, this isn't an attention-seeking post, because, I mean, even if it was an attention-seeking post, I'd still need a job, and trying to seek attention and everything is just not going to work. So it's only just a little bit of a rant. I've had therapy sessions over the years, and he's basically told me to, you know, like talk about problems and all of that stuff, and I'm an advocate for men's mental health and whatever. I think men and women, whoever you are, I think we should all be talking more. And yeah, it just happens to be with me that if I talk too much, like if I get the opportunity to talk, then I just won't stop, which is why I'm not too sure where this video is going to go, because as I said, I haven't got any notes or anything, so we could go off on loads of tangents, but the point remains that at the end of June, as it stands, I am not going to be in a job. Well, it's going to be the start of July, but my contract comes to an end at the end of June on the 30th. So just for some context, I'm a temporary worker, and the only reason I'm a temporary worker at the moment is because I've been looking to try and get permanent work, or even temporary jobs elsewhere, but mainly permanent work, and nobody anywhere is interested in anything that I've got to say on my CV. I'm going to interviews every now and again when people are interested, and you know, it always ends up being that there's somebody more skilled than me, and I've been in the same situation now for at least, I would say, about 5 months. This started in February of 2026. And it was a meeting that we had with our big like bosses and managers. Everybody was in this meeting within this particular department that I work in my job, obviously, and I and many other people as well were all encouraged to go and look for other opportunities, because beyond June, they weren't sure that they were going to be able to renew our contracts. So the thing with that is that normally wherever I've worked where it's been temporary before, and I think I can say this is a civil service role, but wherever I've worked, whether it's civil service or not, like I've always been given notice, and I haven't been given any notice this time. So we're currently on the 10th of June, and as I said, on the 30th, my contract comes to an end, and I still haven't heard anything. And we first had this conversation in February. There's been no notice given, and it's really, really worrying, because again, as I've just touched upon just then, there's certain jobs that I'm going for, and you know, most of them I must have applied within the last sort of, I would say, I've not been looking for jobs all of that time, because there has been work to do, and there's been other things to do as well, so you just sort of get distracted. But as June has approached, I've started to look for jobs, and I must have, since I would say the end of April, beginning of May, I must have applied for about 50 or so jobs. And these are not the applications, like if you use Indeed, you can easily apply for one sometimes. So you just send the recruiter or whatever your Indeed CV, and it's just a few clicks and you've applied for a job. When I say I've applied for 50 jobs, I mean I've sort of sat there and some of them have been, you know, the fast apply ones, but I've sat there and I've typed out absolutely everything. I've you know, done cover letters and statements and you know, why I think I'd be a good fit for the role. And nobody, or hardly anybody, wants to know, out of those like 50-ish interviews, I think I've had, I want to say about 5 interviews, 50 job applications. I've been interviewed about 5 times. And each of those interviews, they've all told me no because there's somebody a little bit more skilled for the role. And what I'm finding is I'm just a basic entry-level admin person. And I'm happy to be that because I've got things like YouTube where I want to sink my teeth into it, and hopefully one day, and I can't believe I'm saying this right now, I sound so delusional, I know I do, because I started up this channel originally to keep busy from things like mental health impacting me and stuff. I found basically years ago when I set this channel up that the editing process was allowing me to be distracted, so I wasn't feeling so negative about myself, and that still remains. But as I've gotten more into it, I'm like, oh my god, it's hard to think that people actually make money from this. And I'm not talking thousands, I'm not talking the big creators, I'm just talking people make money to a level where they can just earn a living from it. And it's just got my brain working and my brain ticking over, especially when it comes to things like contract renewals in my actual day job. It's like, I don't want to be working for anybody else other than myself. Like, the older I'm getting, the more I'm realizing. And that sounds so delusional, doesn't it? I know it does. And I think, in a way, you've got to be a little bit delusional. But yeah, like, I'm not saying that I want to take over the world with YouTube, but I'm saying that I want to get better at it, and hopefully one day I might be able to earn money, so maybe I can go part-time in whatever job that I'm doing. I don't know. I've just lost my head a little bit. I've even lost my train of thought as to what I was with what I was just talking about. So let me get back to some kind of point that I'm trying to make. Sorry, I've been losing sleep over all of this. I've been thinking about lots of different things, lots of different ways to try and make money, to try and sort of make things better. I guess on the flip side of all of this is, at the moment I've still got a roof over my head. I've still got air in my lungs. I'm fine. I've got a kind of a smile on my face, I suppose. I'm still laughing and joking with people. But the anxiety that this has given me is like nothing I've ever experienced before, because on the 10th of June, which is the date today, as I'm talking, I can honestly say that these jobs keep turning me down. There's no certainty on, on the future. I don't know where I'm going to be in July, money-wise. I know where I'm going to be literally, and I'll get onto that in a minute. But money-wise, I don't know where I'm going to be. And if you've experienced that before, which I'm sure many people have, and I'm sure many people are experiencing it now, then, I don't have the answers for you, because I know exactly what you're going through. Like, but I don't know. I'm not making sense, really, am I? Like, if I knew the answers, I'd probably be following that advice myself. And people around me, they're really, really helpful. Like, Chris is really helpful, my girlfriend, in case you see my face for the first time. My mother is really helpful as well. People around me are giving me support and whatever. Like, even my boss at work at the moment. My boss at work has got her hands tied at the moment, and she can't do anything. She is working really hard to try and get me onto another team. But there's no guarantees with that. And even if she does get me onto another team, I'll still be in the same situation because it's only a 2-month extension on the contract that I've got now. And, she's working really hard, and she's there like every day for me if I need to rant or whatever. Even just this morning, the one job that I went for a couple of days ago, I was interviewed for it. And this morning I found out that I wasn't going to be selected. And the reason was, yet again, because there was somebody a little bit more skilled than I was. And this was a particular job where the job description was like, it was basically showing me like everything that I currently do in my job. It was just a different sector, it was just a different industry or whatever. And that's what I led with in the interview. And I was like, I've done this before. I'm doing this right now. I'm doing that right now. I'm doing this afternoon. After this interview, I'm going to log back on and I'm going to do this. And I thought it was enough, and it's not. And it's just really hard to get a job at the moment. Any entry-level admin, and I feel like I can say this with entry-level. I'm not downplaying entry-level, admin roles, because that's where I sit at the moment. But it's almost as if they want you to be a rocket scientist before you've even got anything, like before you've even gone into their office. They want you to have like a degree in something that's completely, ridiculous for the job that you're applying for. And I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it, and it's a difficult period of my life at the minute. And I don't know what's going to happen. And because I've not written any notes, for this video and whatever, I've forgotten most of the things that I'm saying, and it's kind of because of anxiety. It's because I've not really been sleeping very well over the last couple of weeks. The only thing that I've been doing, I've started to try and look after myself in terms of my weight. I'm very happy to announce that finally, when you actually put something into something and you concentrate on something, you get rewards back. I've lost 5 whole pounds since I've been trying to lose weight, which was just over a week ago. But because of all of this job stuff, over the last 2 weeks, I've had 2 interviews, both of which have told me no. And all I've done, I've just decided to just eat comfort food because it makes me feel better. Anything that I'm doing at the moment, whether it would be thinking about a holiday, thinking about, maybe a gig that we've got coming up. We've got a couple of gigs coming up over June, so that's why I mentioned that, both in Cardiff Castle, and we're really looking forward to them. But anyway, whether it's like something that I've got coming up, there's always a cloud over me that's like, oh yeah, you've got that coming up, but afterwards you're not going to be employed. Or you've got that coming up, but, although it's paid for, you have to pay for, like, I don't know, a taxi to get there or a train ticket to get there. Like, you've really got to watch your money. You've got to watch out. Now, that brings me on to where I'm going to be going and what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of months and weeks, hopefully. Like, the priority for me is to get a job, right? That's obviously, a thing that goes without saying, I suppose. But we have got things booked. I'm going to be vlogging a couple of things that we've got booked, but it's all to do with the same thing. You'll know what I mean in a minute. So the gigs that we've got coming up, they have already been paid for. And all we need to do is spend a little bit of spending money in getting there and actually seeing the gig. Like, if anything, these things are respite for how I'm actually feeling about this situation at the moment with my life and my work and stuff. But the thing that I'm going to be vlogging is all about Magaluf. Now, how it works out, I said earlier on that, literally I'm going to know where I am at the end of the month, but money-wise, I'm not going to know where I am. Literally, we are going to be in Magaluf at the end of the month. We're going on the 28th, which is, I think it's a Sunday. And we come back on the following Wednesday, I believe. And we're going to go out there. I've said this a couple of weeks ago months ago, on the another video where I introduced myself to new subscribers, because I noticed that people were watching. I think it's the Butlins video that I put up at the start of the year, or like in February time. This was before everything went wrong with my job. So, I was happy in those videos, and I've been happy in the other videos. Obviously, we've been to Rome as well. We went to Blackpool on the last video. There is another video coming up as well, where we went to Folly Farm last Sunday, so about a week and a half ago now. And Folly Farm, if you don't know, it's a place in West Wales. It's like a farm/zoo type place. Me and Chris have been going there for as long as we've been together. And the trouble was that I had with that video is that the anxiety of work and life and everything like that, it ended up becoming a little bit too much, where my anxiety that morning was absolutely crippling me. And I talk about it a little bit in that video, not as in depth as this, but you'll see this video, and if you watch the next one, I will mention about anxiety, but at least you know now why I was feeling so anxious. But again, all these things, we managed to be able to like spread the cost with certain things, like so with Folly Farm, for example. We bought the tickets for that, but we didn't buy it outright. We spread the cost, so it's a little bit more manageable for us. It works for us. Spreading the cost of things like with Zilch and ClearPay, that doesn't work for everybody, but for us it does. But at the moment, the closer we get to the 30th of June, we're having to really just stop booking things. But the things that we have got booked, so again, Folly Farm and these 2 gigs. We're going to see Mika on Friday in Cardiff Castle. I can't wait for that. It's going to be such an experience. I've never seen Mika before. Chris is really looking forward to it. I bought the Mika tickets for Christmas for her, I think. Or was it the other? I can't remember. It was either Mika or it was definitely McFly. I bought McFly tickets, which is the other gig that we're going to. You're not interested in all of this, are you? You probably have turned off at this point. But we've got things coming up which are all going to serve as like I said, respite to sort of how I'm really feeling. But after Magaluf, when we come back and it turns from June to July, at the moment I've got nothing unless there's something that comes up over the next couple of days, or unless my boss can manage to move me onto another team for a couple of months. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm really worried. I nearly swore then, and I have a feeling that my mother might watch this video, and I don't want to swear when my mother's around and about, because I've never sworn in front of her. So, well, I have, but then she looks at me as if to say, "What on earth did you just say?" So, yeah. That's about it for this video. There will be the videos from Magaluf. I'm planning on doing a travel day. Then I think I'm going to do a video of not necessarily of like a night out or whatever, but I'm not really a party person. I love like a night out and stuff like that, but to actually get on a plane to go to a party destination, I know that you've got Palmer Nova, and I know it's not just all about partying and drinking heavily and all of that stuff, but I'm a little bit like, will I enjoy it or won't I enjoy it? I don't know. We're going to go on a fact-finding mission together, I guess, if you want to come along and watch those videos. They'll be coming along in July. The reason I'm doing a travel day video is because A, I want to, and B, we're flying from Cardiff for the first time ever, which is our local airport, and that should be interesting. But yeah, all of that's to come. It's just after that, I don't actually know what we're going to be doing. If we can go somewhere, it might be like, somewhere that's not very expensive to go to, where you just might have to pay for parking. Like, I don't know, Margam Park, for example, has been talked about over the last couple of days. There's a couple of places that I want to go and explore up in the Midlands, but it's all about going there. We want to go to Malvern in is it Worcestershire? The Malvern Hills and stuff. We want to go there, but again, it's money to get up there. It's unnecessary at the moment. And I'm saying all of this. I might edit the video in a little bit. I might watch it back, and this situation with the job might be sorted. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to put this video on my YouTube channel, just to talk. Like, I knew at the start of the video I said that I was going to have a rant, and I think I've already had a rant to people like my mother and Chris and all of that stuff today, and my boss as well. But there's nothing really that ranting is going to do other than put my blood pressure through the roof probably. So yeah, we've had a nice, calm, relaxing talk about what's going to happen over the next couple of days. And I'm just hoping that I can get to sleep all right tonight, because I've been really struggling over the last couple of days and, well, the last couple of nights to get to sleep because of this situation. But I've been talking for around about 18 or so minutes now, and I haven't came up for air yet. So that's the situation for me. I don't know, for the first time in a good long time, I can't remember the last time I've felt like this, but I don't know what's around the corner. All I do know is that there are certain things coming up at the moment that we just need to go and just escape for a couple of days, get away from it all for a few days. And some of these things I'm going to be vlogging and bringing to the channel in July. I think it's July. Yeah, definitely July. What I'll do, now that I've mentioned this job situation on a separate video, by the time Magaluf gets here, you should know, well, I should know, sorry, first of all, whether or not I'm going to be in a job or not. So I'll let you know, probably on the Magaluf videos, whether or not I'm actually going to be employed. Else, if not, then I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I should just risk it and just try with no savings or anything at all to just travel and try and make a good go with this YouTube thing. I don't know. That's really delusional, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going now. I know this has been a bit of a different video. I know I've gone around in circles a little bit, and I know I've probably gone off on loads of tangents, and it's getting up to 20 minutes. That I've been talking for. So thank you so much for watching. If you've got on this far, I would usually encourage you to subscribe and all of that stuff, but I'm not going to for this video. If you want to consider subscribing, at least go and have a look at what is usually on my channel in terms of travel days and all of that kind of stuff. I am new to this YouTube thing. I want to get better at it, but sometimes some things just take a bit of priority. And at the moment, I need a job.